Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wizard101 video. Now I'm significantly less cracked out than yesterday and the day before this video. Something happened. I was taken hold of by caffeine and hysteria. But, I'm back. I'm okay now. I'm not dying. It's fine. The sunglasses are gone for now, but I can bring them back if there's really a large demand for them. But today, we're here to do a different type of video because I've been doing school videos for the last week now, and you know what, I've kind of run out of things to talk about unless you guys have an idea of what I could talk about. But today I want to review Arc 1 houses. Now you may be like, no, what do you mean review Arc 1 houses? What? Why? Well, you see, these houses are very nostalgic for me, and some people might not even know that these exist. So if you want like a pretty cheap house in this game that you can just vibe in, you can get these. If you didn't know, in Arc 1 at all 5 of the worlds, there are houses that you can buy for gold from the turtle, and you could just buy it. Boom. And they're all really cheap. And so today I want to go to each of them, give my thoughts on them, whether they're bad, whether they're awful, whether they're good, all that kind of stuff. So let's start with the first one, which is the wooded cottage. This one's pretty iconic in my opinion. Has a nice little like tree grove over here with a path, a beautiful looking waterfall. We got a bridge, and we got the base house itself, which looks pretty nice. And we also have like a little dirt path down here that leads to a nice little pond. And this pond also has a waterfall. I would say this is one of the more iconic ones. Definitely one of the most beautiful ones. And definitely isn't bad for only 8,000 gold. I would say it's very nice looking, and I really like how the sky is like purple and blue. The inside of the house looks kind of ugly, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's kind of ugly, but there's like a little bit of a tower over here. Your bank is right here. Your bank's a bit far from the door for my liking, but it's all right. It's all right. I would give this house like a 5.5 out of 10. You know, it's not bad, but it's definitely not the best either. Let's escape, quit, and press play again, because that is a genius level method of getting back the things you need. And then, why can't I delete you? Can I not delete the house? I mean, I could just sell it, but I thought I could just delete it. Alright, next is the Royal Playhouse. This one is one I remember, not as much as some of these other houses coming up, but definitely is a memorable one. You can see you have the main house here, which has like a very similar layout to the last house. You have a bridge that leads over here to this giant gaping hole. That's not an innuendo. And you can see it has a nice little view of the sky. My panda can kind of float and waddle. Look at that. Hell yeah. But the main kind of intrigue point in this house is the actual playroom itself. So if you ever wanted to hold, a play with one of your friends or whatever for some reason, you can just come here and like do or do not. There is no try. Originally I was going to quote Shakespeare, but I ended up just quoting Yoda, which isn't what I was initially going for. But you know what? That's fine. I don't care. Let's leave and go to Crocotopia. I'm going to pause the video because I don't actually even remember where Crocotopia's is. I'll be back. Another turtle. Who could have guessed? You can see the houses are starting to ramp up in price now, which is actually kind of bad because what happens if I run out of gold? I don't know. That's okay. I don't care. Selling the Royal Playhouse so I can buy both of them at the same time. Alright, these houses are some of my favorite in the game. I'm not going to even lie to you. I really, really like Crocotopia, as you might know. And these houses reflect that. I really like this one especially. This is the old Wizard City music, which is a little bit out of place, but that's okay. This is the the first Crocotopia house, which is funny because I actually like it more than I like the second one. You have this really nice tent over here with some Egyptian symbols on it that I don't know what they mean. If you know what they mean, let me know. The bank's right next to the door, which is just really nice. And I like this natural feel to it, where you can literally see that there is sand inside. And you know what? I really actually like this house. I think it's a really good one. I think it's nice looking. You can decorate it in a few cool and interesting ways. Also, I can't go outside. There we go. But another selling point of this house is that there's a nice little pond here, nice little oasis. And following that, you can go over here and you have your own pyramid. Pretty cool looking. You can put some like urns in here and stuff. And when your wizard dies and, you know, gets murked sometime, we can throw your ashes in an urn and put you in a pyramid like the ancient Egyptians of old. Kind of pog champ if you ask me. Let's go to the desert villa. Is villa how you pronounce it? I don't know. In case you're 5 minutes into this video and you haven't gotten the vibe yet, I'm just chilling. I'm straight chilling. I feel like after last episode, I really need to straight chill instead of being a crackhead. This house is pretty cool. You have the desert villa, which is definitely a bit bigger and cool, not cooler looking, but better looking than the other house. Another good thing about this house is that the bank is literally the second you get in the door, which is just really nice. But you can see it looks really nice in here. Has a cool aesthetic. I really like that it follows the aesthetic of houses in this time period, and you know, looks like them. You can see, and you can go up there. Pretty pog champ. And probably the main selling point of this house is that, well, first off, you can go up here to this really cool little sauna area. I guess you could call it a sauna area. Look, you can like bathe. My panda's having a good time. You can see him, he's chilling. But also, you can keep going even further beyond. Go up here, go through some things. Go up the staircase, and boom! You're up at the top, overviewing your landscape, your real estate. Pretty proud of yourself for probably appropriating the Mander's land and taking it as your own. Yeah. Cool Sphinx. Look at that. Screenshot of that. We look pretty sick together. If I do say so myself. I'm gonna go to the Marleybone ones. I'll be back. We're in Marleybone now, boys, and you know what? I really like Marleybone. Everyone likes Marleybone, and if you don't like Marleybone, you're dumb. Let's look at the houses. From Tortimer T. Shellington. Sounds like the kind of guy I'd like to know. We're reviewing the smaller house first, as always. Let's look at this. Oh, this is pretty cool looking. Look, you got your own little pond area. I like that. I wish they'd go back and add fishing to these houses. I think that would be kind of cool. What's down here? Oh, you got your own, like, secret little room. There's, like, a little thing here. I don't know why you'd use it, but it's here. I really like this one because it has, like, the brick and more modern aesthetic than the last one, as you can imagine, since the last one was, like, Egyptian whatever. The bank's right in the doorway, which is just so nice. And this actually looks really beautiful. I really do like this house. I think this is a... You know what? I like this house probably the best out of all of them we've reviewed so far. I like how it has this little balcony here that you can see based on the camera. If you look at the bottom of the screen, like right down there, that way, follow my finger. There's just nothing underneath us. We're just floating. Oh, wait, there's stuff over there. There's nothing underneath us there. Oh, that is a glitch texture. I don't think you're supposed to be looking at the thing from this camera perspective. You know what? That's okay. Is that everything? That's actually, I think that's everything. There's this room over here. And that's really it. You know what? Good, solid house. I like the Metropolitan Manor. And in fact, I might buy that again in the future. Just to keep it, just to vibe with it. Next, we have the Royal Estate, and yes, this does look like a Royal Estate. You can see here we got two really nice-looking bridges that go over a river with like a little bit of a waterfall. You have a more grandiose staircase here that leads you up to a greenhouse. That's kind of cool. If you want to plant some stuff, you can plant it here. And this also goes up into the house, but I don't want to do that yet. But over here, we have more little areas for you to plant some stuff, which is pretty cool. And then I believe this will lead into the actual estate itself. No, it will not. I was lied to by my own brain. You can go into the estate over there. It's kind of annoying that there's no way to cross over that bridge right there, but that's okay. There technically is if you go down here, but whatever. You can see... Boom, Royal Estate. You have your own little courtyard here, which you can use for courtyard purposes. And now we're in the real estate bank right there. Kind of pog. Going up some stairs, you can see our second floor here. Looks pretty beautiful, pretty beautiful. Go up here, we have our third floor, which also looks pretty nice. And then we can go outside over here. Now, I don't like this one as much as the other one. I'll be completely honest with you. It's definitely a good house. I just don't think it's as good as the other one. You know? Which is okay. That's pretty fair. Let's go to Mushu, because Mushu has some pretty pog houses. So I realized very quickly that I was going to run out of gold, and I'm going to run out of gold anyway. But I own the first Mushu house on my myth, so you know what? That's a little bit of money to save. Look at this beautiful place. You saw this in my how to speedrun crafting video, and let's be honest, this house looks absolutely beautiful. I love the bamboo in the background, how it's not just green, it's red and green, kind of Christmassy. You have our own little underground area right here that has a beautiful looking like balcony area with 2 water overlooking the blue sky. Pretty pog champ. You can see that there's like a nice little river flowing, and you have the actual cottage itself, which is really nice looking. Now, the worst part about it, and this is by far the worst and most egregious, is the bank is very far from the door, and I hate when the bank is very far from the door, because I really like having a bank be very close. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? This house is still probably one of my top 3 favorites out of all the Arc 1 houses. Definitely. But let's move on. Imperial Palace. We only have 3 left. We have this one and then the 2 Dragonspire ones. This one is pretty cool looking. I don't like that as the Wizard City music. It really should have the Mushu music, but whatever. You can see there's some beautiful, like a beautiful little river flowing down there. Some waterfalls. It comes from there. And we have this beautiful looking Imperial Palace. I like how it's structured and everything. Perfect. 2 little ways up. And we can enter 3 doors. Let's enter the main one. Is the bank right here? Ah! Damn you. The bank's over here. Kind of far away, but that's okay. But you can see there's actually like a really nice looking house. I actually really like how big it is, and I really like the aesthetic of it. I think this house actually has probably been my favorite so far. The inside, anyway. I don't think the outside's my favorite, but the inside is definitely one of my favorites. Like, I really like how big it is, how open and expansive it is. We need to go to Dragonspire, which is a bit of a problem. Oh, the spiral door is super far away. We need to go to Dragonspire. I don't actually know if I have enough money for both of these houses. If I don't, I will switch to another wizard and buy it there. But I will be back in Dragonspire. Alright, I sold the stuff in my backpack. And I now have enough money to buy both houses, which is pretty pog. Now, before we get into it, let me explain where all these things to purchase the houses are. I only showed, did I even show the Wizard City? They're all in the shopping district areas. So they're in the shopping district. They're by the Crocotopia. They are Marleybone in the basic shopping area, Mushu in the basic shopping area, and in the Athenium. You can see it's marked by the housing symbol on the map here, and that's how you buy them. You know, they're pretty easy to find, pretty easy to buy. Let's look at the Dragonspire ones, which these are probably some of my least favorite ones. I do like the lava. I just wish they'd update the texture. Also, please, Wiz, change the music. Actually, can we change the music? I think we can change the music with musical scrolls. But I do wish that by default it was on the Dragonspire ones. So this one you can see down here, we have a little thing overlooking the lava, which is pretty cool. I just think the textures are a bit ugly. The Dragonspire... Oh, there's a battle drake flying in the background. That's kind of cool. We have this back entrance to our house up here. So you can actually go right up to the top. That's kind of cool. I like that. And I like how we can go inside now. Yeah, I just really wish that they'd update Dragonspire's textures. I like the interior textures. I just think the outside looks a little bit bland and gross. But, yeah, you can see the banks over here. A bit far from the door, but otherwise, a relatively fine house. I wish it was a bit less dated. I think that this is the most dated out of all the houses we've seen so far. Like, just look at those textures. It's just kind of gross looking, you know what I'm saying? But it's not bad. Not bad at all. And the last house on our list is the Grand Fortress, and this one's kind of pog, a little bit better than the other one. You can see that there's like a little bit better textures. Ah, that's my alarm again. We have a little grate here with a thing underneath it. I'm assuming we can go down there. Or we could see up from inside, which is pretty cool. The actual main fortress is right there. And, oh, we can go underground here. We have a little underground kind of catacomb section of the house, which is kind of cool. And you can see, actually, we have, like, our little lava pool. And then we can go in the house. I'm assuming the lava pool is in case you wanted to take, like, a really hot bath or something, you know? Chillax, put your feet up, have a good time. And this is the kind of main part of the house, which has a giant beam of light encasing this crystal. You can see the bank is down here, which is sad because that's like really far from the main door, I believe. Actually, where is the main door? Is that the main door? No, the main door is right here, I think. Yeah, it's pretty darn far from the main door, but it's a pretty cool house. There's actually like not really a lot of living space, is there? There isn't really like a lot of living space in here, but it's not bad. Definitely could use like an extra room or two for a bed, but otherwise it's fine. So that's it for this video. I really enjoyed this. I know that probably not a lot of people are going to watch this whole thing or this thing at all, but you know what? I had a chill time ranking the houses, and that's what I needed today. I just had a vibe time, you know, I vibed, and that is good enough for me. So let me know what your favorite house is if you watched this entire thing. My favorite house was probably either the first Crocotopia house or the first Mushu house. I like both of those. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed, drop a like at the sub button. If you didn't, drop a dislike and hit the sub button. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Have a fantastic day. Thank you all for watching.